While Spectrum has been a student organization on Elon's campus for many years now, it has not had an official place to meet. That changed, however, this year with the creation of the Powell House.
Early on in the campaign, candidates would spend millions of dollars to try to get undecided voters informed and out to the polls. But according to Elon political scientists, if those voters are still undecided when it comes to election day, they are very unlikely to show up to the polls.
Just this week, CISPA failed to get through the Senate. However, that does not mean the end for the bill, as some people are still claiming for more cybersecurity.
Both the Elon and the Burlington City Councils are trying to figure out ways to inject new life into the downtown Burlington area. Elon is even running its biobus system down to the downtown now. Despite all of these efforts, however, some buildings are still closing.
How can we make sure that everybody is getting the kind of education they need to personally succeed, but also to build up this nation?
President Obama made this speech on January 26th of this year. It has been a talking point for both Democrats and Republicans. And while President Obama's plan to ease the price of entry into college has yet to take effect, colleges everywhere are already getting word on how it may change how they operate.
Now the main thing that they talk about is what they call the scorecard, which is basically just a more consolidated information sheet.
The scorecard is given out by the National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators. It is given to schools to find out where their financial aid is going and how much a school should be awarded. President Obama has stated that he wants to increase the amount schools are given for Perkins loans, Pell Grants, and federal work-study costs. How much of an increase is still in debate in Congress, but it is within tens of billions of dollars.
To even be eligible for financial aid, first a student must fill out a FAFSA. According to Dr. Murphy, only 50% of Elon students do. Then, only 33% of Elon students get any need-based financial aid.
One thing I'm concerned about is not Obama's side in creating federal work-study jobs, but how efficient it is that they will actually trickle down to individual students. I know Elon has a lot of federal work-study, but it doesn't seem that all of that federal work-study gets put to good use.
According to Murphy, Elon saw this as a problem as well. Elon now hosts its work-study program out of the Student Professional Development Center. Instead of students having to search campus for jobs, they can now go on to the Elon Job Network. This upgrade will also help if the number of work-study jobs does indeed increase. While Obama's plan is to lower the cost of higher education, some do not think his plan would actually do that.
Governor Romney, on the other hand, has criticized this. He has said that expanding the amount of Pell Grants or expanding certain student loans programs could actually exacerbate the cost of higher education, which may be counter-effective to the president's goals.
While Murphy disagrees with Romney's assessment, he does think that the regulations that can be attached will not benefit Elon.
I wish there wasn't these wide sweeping rules that covered universities across the country. And then there are things that I think are good as long as they can justify it, pay for them without increasing the federal deficit, like the work study and increasing the Pell Grant.
This is Derek Wickham, Elon Local News. A shop in downtown Burlington is trying to make a small difference, and everyone is welcome to help.
Only not bad people.
Okay, Ella. Almost anyone. Ella's Coffee House calls itself a place for art, music, and literature. That's a big claim for somewhere that's only been open for a few months.
I don't think we sold more than $100 the whole time we've been here.
Todd prefers to go by his first name. While he may not have made much money with Ella's, which is named after his niece, he still works to make it succeed, calling it a labor of love.
But you have to straighten up with yourself on that and say, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. If I had all the money in the world, I'd do what I want to do.
Todd makes most of his money as an antiques picker. Pickers hunt down antiques and restore them, selling them later. Ella's Coffee House is his way of trying to give the community a little something back. Both the Elon and the Burlington City Councils are trying to figure out new ways to inject life into downtown Burlington. Elon is even running its biobus system downtown now. Despite all of these efforts, some buildings are still closing. This is where the people of Ella's Coffee House think they have an idea.
This place right here is not just books and coffee anymore. It's about dealing with the public coming in here, and some people didn't have any money, but they had talent. And I said, you know what? You can take people's money, you can take their land, you can take their houses, you can take their dignity and stuff, but you can't take the song. And I started seeing these people with their song in there. I said, yeah, let me try to explore that.
Todd's employees are homeless. Upon talking to them and seeing their talent, he decided to give them a place to work and a place to practice their craft. Steve Smith is one of those employees.
It's just great because whenever I'm here, you know, I get drawn in. I don't want to leave. It's a world unto itself, and it's definitely enhanced my playing, my attitude, my whole feeling about what I'm doing right now.
And that, Todd said, is what he is slowly trying to do.
You get people that were doing things anyway, and you just give them a place to do it.
And once given the opportunity, what some people come up with may just surprise you.
Everyone that came in that door, I tried to treat them like an individual. Some of them it didn't take but 30 seconds to figure out how to get them out. Some people I invited them in to be a part of it.
What Todd first viewed as a business is now someplace to let people learn and grow.
So I feel like as long as I'm connected to Ellis, there's always a place to inspire me to reach my full potential.
This is Derek Wickham, Elon, North Carolina Report.